Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. Go to f2bbs.com. www.f2bbs.com. The last bastion of free speech on the interweb. That's right, guys. I want you to go to www.f2bbs.com. That's right. I want you to go there. You can, this is a great site to fight against all sorts of nastiness by posting on f2bbs.com, the last bastion of free speech on the interweb. Go there, guys. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury Paul Pluta channel. Today I'm doing paid review 21 QA23. And this here was a bit of advice. Hey Pontiff, I have a paid question for your qualified opinion. He sent me some money via PayPal. The opinion is Patek 3945 or Organise Piguet 18 carat Royal Oak 41 mil 15400. So before we get into this here, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Submariner date. Okay, so he sent me this here. What is a Patek 3945? So the best place I went straight on to Chrono 24. Chrono 24. So basically this watch itself there, what is it? It's a perpetual calendar. It's a perpetual calendar. And it's on a bracelet. Now, it's very similar to a 3940, except it's on a gold bracelet. Now, I've got to be totally honest with you. I tend not to like these models that are on bracelets, okay? Now, I got to tell you, in all honesty here, the newer ones have adjustable links. Now I'm not 100% sure whether this, I think this one here has adjustable links, but the older Patek bracelets, they had to cut them. It's very, very difficult to explain, but you'd basically, they were very hard to make bigger. Well, they're impossible to make bigger. Now this one here, this particular vintage of watch is from the early 90s. I think it started to use screw links. I can't confirm that, so because I'm not 100% sure whether this used. So firstly, if you're going to buy one of these, you're going to be looking around about US dollars 30. The cheapest is 32,000 US dollars. The question is, does it fit you? Because if it doesn't damn well fit you, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? If it doesn't fit, you're a bit fucked. Okay? Now, that's my opinion on this. These bracelet ones, I would much rather, my own opinion is, I'd much rather get a 3940 which is on a leather strap. I'd rather get a 3940 than you don't have this bracelet issue, because these bracelets also, this weaved type of bracelet, they kind of don't last forever. If you're going to use it, I think you get a much more use out of a leather strap. So I'm not trying to say bracelet ones are terrible. So the newer model Pateks, they actually went to having screws you could add links in, like a day. Now, the interesting thing is, when we look up a 3940, so this is a very similar to the 3945, but this is the strap version, and the cheapest one of those is about 35,000. So it's actually more money than the bracelet one, where the bracelet would have been a lot more money when it was new. Why is that so? Because the bracelets are a pain in the ass. Okay, that's the reason. Now, the newer models, the newer Pateks, if you've got removable links, it's a different story. But on this sort of watch here, I can tell you, I'd prefer in a perpetual calendar not to get a bracelet version. Because the next person you're going to sell it to, he could be a real fat guy. How's it going to fit? Okay? That's the problem. So we're looking at the Patek. So my advice is if you wanted to buy a perpetual calendar, that sort of vintage, I'd be getting a 3940. Then we look at the AP, the Audemars Piguet, the Piguet. How much is a Piguet? Well, that's a good question. A Piguet, an AP Piguet. Let's have a look here. An AP Piguet. A Piguet itself. Where I've lost it. Just hang on. A Piguet. So 18K. Now, do you mean, when you said 18K, do you mean one on a bracelet or on a leather strap? Because those are two different animals. They're two different animals in pricing. Very, very different animals in pricing. I gotta be totally honest with you. Let's assume it's a gold head on the leather strap, because that's kind of the same. That's kind of the money there. So a 15400 itself there. A gold one, 32,000. There we go. Same price point as the 3945. 32,000 US for a rose gold 41 mil head on a leather strap. Now, what do I think? Now, the thing is, I got to be totally honest with you. These are two different watches. Okay, the Patek is a perpetual calendar, and it's 36 mils. The AP, Audemars Piguet, is a 41 mil. Where's totally different. Now, if I had the choice of a 3945 perpetual calendar Patek or a Audemars Piguet 18K Royal Oak rose gold on a leather strap, I'd actually take the AP. Why would I do that? Well, I am a Patek man. I love my Patek Philippe, but the 3945, I'd rather get a 3940. Because I don't want it on a bracelet, okay? I don't want the bloody thing on a bracelet. Because I don't want to deal with bracelet issues, okay? The next thing is, I kind of prefer the bigger size. One's 36 mil, the other one is 41 mils. Now, what I reckon I would do, okay? So, between your two choices, I'd take the AP, okay? Now, you haven't really given me much information. You didn't tell me. You didn't tell me whether it's a leather strap one or not. You really haven't said terribly much there. So that makes it hard. It makes it very hard because anyhow, what would I do if I had 30 US, 30,000 US plus to spend? I tell you what I'd get. You know what I'd get? I'll tell you exactly what I'd get. I'd get a Patek. I'd get a more modern one. Okay? I'd get a more modern Patek. Okay? Yes, I would. I just lost my mouse. Just hang on, because I just want to bring it up as I'm talking to you. I would want to get a more modern Patek. Okay, if we went to a 5205, what are we looking at that? 5205, we'd be looking around about the $33,000 mark. It's going to be a nice modern size. It's going to be modern size. It's going to be, okay, it's about 35,000 US. It's going to be a much nicer size. It's going to be 40 mils. I'd go white gold would be my thing. But it's going to be on a leather strap. It's a modern size. It's so usable. It's a great looking Patek as well. So you can get that for, that's what I would buy. The other Patek I would consider, so that's an annual calendar. That's not a perpetual, it's an annual, but it's more modern and it's a bigger size. The other Patek I would consider would be a 5396. What are we looking at for a 5396? I'm just calling it up now. 5396. We can get one of those. Low 30s. That's another thing that I think would be worth considering. A 5396. They've got them for about 32,000 US dollars. It's a beautiful watch. 38.5 mil. So little bit, maybe you want a bit smaller in a Patek, I don't know, but that's where I'd be going. That's where I'd be going. I would either get the 5205, which is an amazing annual calendar, or a 5396 annual calendar. I think it's going to be a more modern size and it's going to be more usable. It's not on a bracelet. These are both leather strap watches. That's where I'd go. So there you go. I've given you your money's worth indeed there. That's what I would buy. So to answer your question, Patek 3945 or AP 18K Royal Oak 41 mil 15400. I'd go 15400. I'd get the AP. However, if I had that sort of money, I'd probably get I'd personally get the 5396. I think that's the most. It's a beautiful annual calendar. Get one of those. It's gorgeous. If you wanted bigger, I'd get the 5205. Okay, guys, that's paid reviews. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Don't be afraid to put a comment below. Guys, $50 US for paid reviews. Guys, I'm running low on the paid reviews. We're running very low, not many. Guys, without paid reviews, I can't survive. I need the paid reviews to survive on the YouTube. So please, if you haven't done a paid review, now I desperately need your paid review. Now I desperately need it. Without paid reviews, I can't survive on the Google Ads. The Google Ads is rubbish. I need your help. Please get a paid review done. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Look down in the description how to organize it. Guys, I look forward to doing your review. See you later, guys. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury. Who do I recommend for watches in Brisbane and Sydney? Vintage Watch Co. That's correct. Vintage Watch Co. in Brisbane Arcade in Brisbane and the Strand Arcade in Sydney. Vintage Watch Co. Brisbane and Sydney. Ronnie, I've known him since the late 90s. Ronnie is a top bloke. Luke is a great guy. Vintage Watch Co. That is who I recommend in Australia. Check out Vintage Watch Co. and the guys' amazing range of watches. They also do service and repairs. Vintage Watch Co. That is where the Pontiff goes. You know, some of my Pateks came from Vintage Watch Co. That's right, guys. Vintage Watch Co.